good is Terence in your opinion?
I really would like to go back and look over some of the other fighters, you know, the Trinidads and the De La Hoyas that fought at 47 and all of that. But in recent memories, the only guy that I see that was at that level or better was Mayweather in recent memory for me. And you know, not to say that, you know, there was a lot of great fighters, you know, the Trinidads and the De La Hoyas and, you know, the Hopkins and, you know, all of these guys, there was a lot of great fighters, right? You know, not to take anything away from Sugar Ray Leonard, Duran, Hearns, Hagler, unbelievable fighters. But in recent memory, the only guy that I think stands out like him is Floyd. And what I seen last night or the other night definitely makes me believe that he would have given that guy a run for his money.
Yeah,
Definitely a run
I
for
don't
his money.
think, I don't think me, you, or anyone else disagrees on that. And I've talked today. I talked to Virgil. I talked to Boom Boom Mancini, who says hi to you, by the way. He
Yeah,
made sure
from
to,
Ohio.
yeah,
Boom,
yeah.
boom.
He made sure to be like, hey, tell Kenny I said hi. But all of them
Amazing guy.
said these guys would have, not these guys, but Terrence would have competed. He would have been in the fight with all those guys.
I see him. Yeah, definitely. 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 Definitely right there with anybody. I must say, I must say, I met Terrence when he was about 14 years old. And he has just gone above and beyond anything. And I'm gazing off because I'm remembering him as a 14-year-old at the national tournaments, all the way up to where he's at now. You know, Bud Crawford, undisputed welterweight champion of the world. And I am so impressed with what he's done, his body of work, how long he's been at this, how long he's been working at this to get to this point, this pinnacle that he's on right now. He deserves every accolade that he receives. Mad props and respect to him, to his trainer, Bomac, the other guys that are in the corner with him as well. Um, Everyone that's been behind him, his family, everyone. It's an effort that he led the charge on, but all of these people had to be a piece to that puzzle to make this happen the way it did. And his trainer, being so humble, known that guy for 15, 20 plus years, being so humble, even in the victory. And I felt that, um, you know, all of those guys deserve that. And that's why he made sure that he said all of their names, the assistant trainers, the other trainers, the strength condition coaches, dietitians, nutritionists. I mean, it takes all of that to compete at that high level and get your fighter in there, win, and get out of there safely.
Yeah, and there was a lot of emotions too, coming out from them, and rightfully so. Uh, Especially in the post fight, where Terrence had brought up, like, hey, they said this about me and this about me. They try to dismiss me. Da 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 da. I just want my just due. I just want my credit. And when he was saying that, I just kind of was thinking, like, why did it take so long for us to give him that? And I'm like, well, okay, the opponents was a big criticism of Terrence over the years, but he didn't really have control over that. That was more like a promoter issue, and everything. But yeah, he got it on the biggest stage, that's for sure.
Yeah, and another thing about that, like the business of boxing, it kind of decides, it picks these guys who it's going to get behind and it's going to move and get them to these levels. And he wasn't that guy that it picked early in his career. He wasn't the guy that they got behind early in his career and said, all right, we're going to move you and get you here and do all of these things for you. And whatever those reasons were, he used all of that as energy. And again, I give him all the respect that he deserves and more. for persevering through all of that, because it would make a lot of people give up. It would make a lot of people, not saying that he would have quit but it would have made a lot of guys just say, you know what, I won enough. I'm undefeated, or I won this championship at this weight class, and I won that championship, or I beat this fighter, I beat that fighter. I'm just going to chill. He never did. He kept fighting and rising to the top to where he's at right now. And they should really, moving forward, acknowledge that the business itself, whoever is with him, should get behind him and push forward for that, you know.
In your opinion, Kenny, does Terence stay undefeated, or does a guy like Jaron Ennis provide a big challenge for him?
I believe a Jaron Ennis would provide a big challenge for him, absolutely. No doubt. A very, very talented guy. Um, Again, a guy who has a lineage in boxing. His dad, his brothers, professional fighters. He's got a family of fighters behind him. Everyone being a piece in that puzzle that makes Jaron Ennis. But on Terrence end, just me personally, from the business standpoint, it doesn't look like that would be Terrence's fight for me. It's not a winning situation. He beats this young guy, and he was supposed to. Um, he doesn't, and it doesn't go his way. And he's Terrence is 36 now. He's not 26. So by him getting to this pinnacle later in his career, he's got to make decisions that are solely based on what's best for Terrence. Advantages for Terrence, not disadvantages in age or disadvantages in size or disadvantages in anything else. So yeah, Jaron Boots, he would definitely be an opponent that will give him a run. Yeah, and be in a hell of a fight with Terence Crawford.